Oh. Ow. Hello, everyone. Good to see everyone here. Ah, goodness gracious. It's so cold here. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Little Billy Johnson, it's nice to see you here. Oh, gosh. Lord and... Oh, my gosh, yeah. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! Oh, man. It is cold here in Kentucky. I'll tell you that. Ugh, Lord. How's everybody's weekend been? I've had a pretty decent weekend. Very busy. Very busy. Nice to see you, Wade. Nice to see you, Scott. Essential Nonsense. It's great to have you here. Little Retro Tony and Jeff Banfield. Yeah, there you go. Waiting for those Bears to get a win today. Ah, watching the big game, are you? Well, God bless you. Hey, Dusty. Nice to see you. Hey, Ace. Hello, Dr. I don't know how to say that. Deranger. Hey there, File Takes 19. Brasso, my asshole, Mike himself. Good to see you. It is too cold, I agree. Deranger. Yeah, it is so cold here in Kentucky. I just, you know, it's very cold. We'll wait just a few minutes to see if people want to kind of come into play here. I still got to throw all these here. Someone clip this shit. Clip this shit. Clip this mother. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little controversial. I mean, so I forgot about a couple of things. Number one, when you do mods such as these, it's important to protect yourself. So, kind of being careful about what information that we volunteer here. But, you know, this has been this has been a serious problem for a certain company. For quite a while now. It's been quite an issue. And they are very, very motivated to keep content like this off of the internets. And they do things such as copyright strikes, takedowns, you know, full-on CIA ops. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful. I mean, we have to be careful. I don't want to use certain language. I don't want to say things. There's a certain vernacular here and lexicon that I'm trying to avoid, simply because I don't want the fallout of being, you know, a champion. Your last stream inspired me to install that Supervive Switch OLED screen I had laying around. I hate all the tiny parts, but glad to have it done. Me too. Speaking of which, here it is. That's it. You guys weren't here for this. We installed controversial things, and we installed this beautiful OLED Switch screen in the Switch Lite, and this clear, clean, smoked extreme rate case. I cut out the backplating here to reveal the mod chip so that we can so that we can see it in real time. Glitch. There you have it. And I did some of my own, you know, personal touches here. First of all, rather than using the clear dust flaps for the cartridge connector and the clear power and volume buttons that are smoked like the shell, I went and bought the charcoal gray stock Switch Lite buttons just so that we would have a nice contrast here. I also used some I installed these candy blue Joy-Cons, and I also installed the stock white D-pad and buttons here, and nice blue shoulder buttons, and and then the stock white triggers. But this came out quite nice. You know, I was very impressed, and you know, I've not got to play too much with this yet, but the screen is just remarkably good. It's extraordinarily good in terms of its black levels and color. I don't know, because I believe this is a 1080p panel, and we are scaling 720p here. I don't know how good the scaling is for, 3D stuff. Who cares? It's indiscernible for all intents and purposes most of the time. But 2D art assets, not sure how good that is. We need to investigate that. But from screen quality alone, just in the colors and the perfect blacks, I mean, my God, the contrast is just infinitely great. Looks really nice. This was really a challenge for a couple of different reasons. I felt like the directions would be so much better if they were just written. You know, if there was just some written documentations. In my personal, that's just my personal opinion here. Let me fix this. There, I can see. I feel like the video was very tedious and laborious to watch, but and it's an hour long, we could have zifted through some. We could have swiftly gone through some written documentation in a fraction of the time. That's just my opinion. But the install itself wasn't the screen install that was bad. It's just breaking one of these things down. See, I didn't see Taki in stream, so I felt bad about that, and I reached out to him. It's so hard for me to keep up with chat, and I was so lasered in. He said no worries, about that. But I mean, this is really, I just, call me a silly Billy, but I just love the fact. I just love this little touch of cutting this out. I don't know if you guys saw this if you were here. If you were here, you did see it, but we took a cutting disc and we cut out this part of the plating so we could see that mod chip that we wired up. But when you press this power button, I love this. You can see it glitch. The glitch is live, and then we're good to go. But I have to say, like I said, the screen is just top tier in terms of the quality of the screen. It is absolutely top tier as far as the display is concerned. How well it scales, I don't know. I can't offer an opinion or appraisal of that. But I will say that the screen here is from my personal and limited experience. Oh man, this is great. Pain in the ass to install. I really wouldn't want to do another one of these because taking one of these things apart. Ugh. But what was not fun was this mod chip, and we're going to try it again because this mod chip comes with a. Evidently, there are a couple of different permutations of this flex. This is a crappy version of the flex, very crappy. So I just did away with this, and I wired all of this by hand. And it's perfect. It's fine, but the flex was no bueno. We're going to try it again. I mean, the last stream was, hey, Graphics here, really good to see you, and I hope you're doing well, brother. I was thinking about you not too long ago, and I hope you're doing well. But the stream was like it was over 8 hours long. It was a long stream. And it was because, and there were some comments, this took you 8 hours? This took you 8 hours? Well, we're having fun, and we're just playing around. Not everything is known and perfected, and it's so much fun to get on here and to talk with other people who do things that I don't do a lot of, and try it out and play. And I'd like to do a lot more of that. So I thought that even though it was an 8-hour stream, it was fun, and we all had a pretty good time. I like the song. Is the mod chip needed for the OLED screen? Oh no, not at all. It was just we were in the system anyways. I sourced some from overseas, and while I was in there, I just wanted to use it and get that out of the way. Which is exactly what we're going to do here. I have one left, and I have this switch here that I bought off of a neighbor of mine for $100, and I've got it left. I've got it ready. I've prepped the thing, and I thought, well, we've already done one. Let's just go ahead and get all these out of the way so we can move on to, the things that we've got to do. And, hey, Raffern, I'm doing great. Thanks. I'm doing wonderful. I feel good. I look good. I've lost weight. I was an obese person before, almost on Bob's level, but I'm back to, being sexy. There you have it. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I feel like I look good. Yeah, the website is not down. If you'll see that it says in very clear terms, that it is currently undergoing maintenance. George Soros, he is here. He is watching. He's getting ready to send the deep state after me. And I hate this stuff, but I just want to go. It works fine. It works fine. I just want to get it out of the way. I want to use all of this up. This HY710 thermal compound. Need to get this out of here. So we're going to use that, even though it makes a terrible mess. And you're going to be very careful. You know, I'm trying to bring sexy back into this hobby. That's really what I'm after. You know, as an almost 40-year-old man, I'm trying to be sexy. Okay, so do I ever do Genesis mods like the triple bypass? You know, I've done a couple of them. I did one for I did one for myself. I did a Genesis 3, and I did all the restoration modifications too, where you restore 32X capabilities or Sega CD capabilities, and I did a triple bypass on that, and I did a triple bypass on a Genesis Model 2 for a person who shall not be named for legal reasons. So, okay. Anything else we want to talk about while we chill for a moment? Anything else that, you know, we would like to discuss? How is the MP3 audio in the background? Does it need to come up? Does it need to come down? You know, like Bob's cholesterol, it kind of, you know, oscillates from one extreme to the other. Thank you, Belmont. Thank you for saying that. I feel like I look pretty good. Yeah. You can't hear the MP3s? Oh my God! Well, we got to fix that. Is that any better? Is that too loud? Is that too much? Tell me if that's too much. Oh, yeah. Clip this. Clip this, bitches. God damn. Okay. Got the heart going on that one. Okay, so the audio is not the MP3s aren't drowning out my succulent voice. Ugh. Oh, 1 second. I got to do one thing. I just noticed something.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
1 second. Let me kick off good old
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll. Surprise attack.
Would love to see a triple bypass video. I had tried to catch all the signals on the same side of the board. Don't understand why I didn't. Okay, sure, we can take a look at that. I think we could do a triple bypass stream. All right, give me just 1 second here. I am preparing your anus. Okay. Go here. Okay, 1 second. Uno momento. Okay.
Oh
I think
my
we're good.
goodness.
Oh, thank you, Chad. Thank you for the cheer. Okay, had to get streamer bot going here. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Let's go ahead and yep, there we go. Everything's looking good.
Do the right thing.
Now we're working. Thank you so much, Dopefish. Thank you. And I'm sorry for anyone that may have been doing things and I didn't see it before. I had to get streamer bot going. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get sexual. Let's make this hit. I am going to disassemble this, and we are going to do what needs to be done. Controversial. I say controversial because, as we know, this is a system that's still wildly available, and we are doing things that would otherwise be considered unbecoming. Those glasses increase the sex symbol status. Well, I have to agree with you. I think so too. I think that you're on the right track. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. That is tri-wing. Okay, no problem. There are 4 tri-wing screws in the back.
Okay, I'll admit it. You did good, Fox.
That we must evacuate.
Yeah, well, how long it take you motherfuckers to cut a check?
Hey, lucky dick. Yep, you got it. That's the winner. Right there. You know, a lot of people, there are a lot of varying opinions about Chip Quick, and I think Chip Quick is just, most of the time, trouble. And it creates a lot more work in the long run, especially if you intend on saving, repurposing, or reusing the chip for part. Learn proper reworking techniques. Just learn how to rework things and don't rely on them. That's my suggestion, and that's my opinion. If you knew how to properly rework things, you would never use Chip Quick. Okay, so 2 screws in the bottom, 2 screws in the top, 4 tri-wing screws in the back. So here we have it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a side, as we all do sometimes. And we're just going to come into the speaker. Now I want to zoom in on this a little bit. You know, we've got, woo, that's pretty good right there. Okay, so we've got this speaker location. All I'm going to do is, this isn't going to be harsh or anything like that. I'm just going to come right into here, and I'm going to rotate. I'm not going to prise. I'm going to twist this tool just like that. Just like that. Sweet nectar juices. You've got it. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to rotate. Come right in here. We're going to rotate out. Good. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to go around the case, and we're going to separate and split. And it's just a matter of taking our tool, coming in here. Sorry, I have to see too. Coming right in here and just rotating it out. Just like that. Okay, come to the other side. Now what I also like to do while I'm doing this is I will just hold a little tension with my fingers to help it spread apart. And we will come right in here and we will just rotate, like I said, just away and out. Just like that. And then I'm just going to split my hand like that. Oh, it's on. Whoops. You don't need to see that. Must have accidentally turned it on. And then we're going to come right in here, and we're just going to back this camera. Now we've got the, always start with the bottom. And then we're just going to flap, flap, flap. And that's that. Now, fortunately, the only things that we need to do here are right in... I'll mark that up a little bit. On the inside. The only things that we need to do here, really, we don't need to fully disassemble this. We just have to take this apart. So, that's just a matter of taking the plating off, because this modification can be in, it's all on the back side. It's all installed. It's pretty good. It's all installed on one side of the board. So the whole main board certainly does not have to be removed. Sorry if my wrist is in the way there. It's all... Am I forgetting? Yes, I always forget this one. This is the longer screw here. Now this should start coming. Nice, gentle elevations here. Don't rip anything because there's going to be some thermal compound marrying this. See? So be very careful. And I'm going to reuse this actually. Now we need to disassemble and take the heat pipe off, which is 3 screws. And we're just going to gently, I like to use a tool, like a plastic spanner, and I like to come across the bottom, right in here. I'm going to zoom in on this actually, because this is a very, sort of a delicate piece of metal. I'm just going to come right under the lip here. I'm going to go right across the sides. I'm not lifting anything yet. I am just helping it along, as you can see. Okay, just like that. Now, it's lifted a little bit. I'm going to come up here to the top. Just like that. Okay, that's all there is to that. Now, I'm going to take just a little bit of some flux cleaner here, which is basically ethanol alcohol and some ethyl acetate, and I'm just going to clean this surface. Doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect. Okay, that's good enough. So, now, I don't have a super small needle, but that's okay. Now, once I get all that done, this is where I really want to make sure the system is energized. Ideally, you would do this before, but I like to go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to take and I'm going to lift this little flex connector right up like that. And I'm actually going to use, because it helps me as a man, use my little dental pick here, and I'm just going to hook into this, and I'm just going to pull this back carefully. Now look here, this is the most important part of working, is de-energizing the system. I'm going to just take my little spanner again, and I'm just going to come under this I'm just going to lift this up a little bit on both sides, and we're just going to decouple. I can get in there. We're going to decouple that battery like so. So the battery now is offline. We're good to go. Okay, some tools over there out of my way. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to come into here and we need to remove, we need to remove plating so we can expose the die of the SoC. And I'm going to use a needle that's approximately the same size as Retro RGB's male anatomy. So keep that in mind, only it's not quite this long. But here we go. So I'm going to zoom in on this because I'm going to use you to help me. Nice and easy. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, oh, too far. Okay, so this isn't the easiest thing in the world to do, especially if your needle's kind of big. But what we're going to do is we're going to come right into here. And I'm going to just take this needle, and I'm going to advance it right into here, right into this crevices. And then I'm just going to push in, and I'm going to pull out, just like that. See what I'm doing here? Going inside and pulling that out. That's all we're doing. I'm just going to bend this out a little bit here so that we have... side of this. It's kind of hard to do on camera. Whoa, I'm way off. You guys can't see anything. Oh, there we go. Pull out like that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to come back to that one. I like to do this to prep these. Sorry. Got to be able to see two. Right in here, push, pull out. Yeah, perfect. Because my goal isn't to get them all at first. My goal is just to come in here and get them plopped out a little. So we're going to come right here. Now this might come... Where's my hand? Where's my... Here we go. I am just pulling them away a little bit. This is really hard for me to do.
If you paid me 1/100th of the interest on your goddamn money,
Martin
I could feed my people.
Thank you so much. Good to be back. Guys, this is challenging to do on camera. Whoa. Okay, there we go. So again, same principle. I'm going to come right in here, and I'm going to apply a little pressure. And I'm going to pull that baby right out there. Pull, just like that. Hold on, guys. Let me do this off. Let me see if I can't do this off camera a little bit. Let me turn it this way. Maybe you guys can see it better this way too. Okay, now that's a little better. All right, let me come in here. Let me try this again. Come on, focus in. Right there it is. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back to this side, and I'm going to start popping it. Now I got those loosened up a little bit. I'm going to come right back into here, and I'm just going to start popping these out. Now, here, that's it. Just like that. Perfect. Exactly what we're after. It's just hard to do this. on cam. Hold on, guys. I'm going to come off. I'm going to come off the screen here just a bit so I can see a little more clearly what I got going on. Because if I try to do it in a manner where you guys can see, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day long trying to get this going. Perfect. Okay, so now let's see if I can do this on camera. I'd like to show you guys this because it's kind of cool. Okay, now do you see that bit of flex there? I've just put a little bit of a turn it this way. A little bit of a kink into that. That's a pretty good angle. Now what I'm going to do, now that I've got that lip raised just a bit, I want to come right here. Whoa. I think this is a better angle. And I want to come right into here. It's this tiny little right here. I can just get my needle in. Just drop in here. There we go. Okay. Get your needle in there. Push in. And pull out. This camera's killing. Focus, baby. I'm doing this blind. Oh, come on. There we go. Whoa, just about had it. Okay, that's pretty good. Sorry, guys, this is getting kind of tedious. Look, it came out of focus again. Oh, my God. Okay, I just can't use that. I just can't use that. Can't cast it. I need a target. So. Hate that. Camera is not cooperating. Camera is not cooperating. Let's try it again. Come on. There it is. Just as clear as day. Now if I can get in here. It does it every time. I wonder if I have to manually set the focus on this. I think I'm going to have to set the focus on this manual. Well, let's come over here. While that's being a pain in the ass, we'll just go. Because I can at least see this one. And you guys can see this one too. Is my mic too low? Uh-oh. Is my microphone too low? I need to know. Huh. My microphone levels look good here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that's a much better. See, this I can, this we can work with on stream. I don't like doing things that you guys can't see. That defeats the entire, idea. I think I can get it. That's. Okay. Let's loosen. Oh god, we got one of these again. Oh, I hate these worse than anything. Alright. I'm gonna have to do it off camera, guys. I'm sorry. Blame politics, blame Bob. Blame really you should be blaming. Let's just be honest. Okay, get that released. Who knows the name of this song? Sorry, guys. Let me back this out. There we go. Bit. Okay. Second. Perfect. Okay, so sorry guys, it's just so hard to do that on camera. So we've removed the plating. All we need to do is clean this up a little bit with some IPA or some flux cleaner. That's I love using my flux cleaner recipe because it does a really good job of removing this. But what I like to do at first is I like to just make some dry passes and get all the hard material off first. Because more than likely, anyways, we're going to have to come in here. We're going to have to come in here and we're going to have to use, obviously, the solvent. But the more of the hard materials we can come off of here, the debris we can knock off, the less of a mess it is. So that's honestly pretty good. Now I'm going to come right in here. Hello, Retro Gaming Denmark, and thank you so much. Little spritz there on the old die. And I'm going to take my brushes here. We're just going to start cleaning this off. Just like that. A little spritz. And as you can tell, it's quite clean at this point. Okay. Notice the cotton tip looks quite nice. See, clean. Okay. A few things that I want to do. I'm going to nip out just a. Let's see, where is the. Was it here for the actual. So seeds right here. This lives in this. Just like that. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to snip this in. Right up here. Very easily. I need... Let's see. Go. Arcs here, so there we go. Okay. Let's see if we can bend that out. Guys, I'm going to turn this, I'm going to rotate it this way. Let's carefully work this baby. It's okay if it takes a second. That's actually incredible. Perfect. Okay. Now we've got a nice clean run here on this. Exactly what we want. Okay, let's zoom this baby in. I need something to put this. Oh, that's perfect. Let's see. Zulgul, good for you. Good. Okay, that's a pretty good shot. Now we're going to solder the position. First, we got to. Now, the reason we make this cutout here is I'll show you. This ribbon has to live in that area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of get things positioned. Oops. Just perfect. All right, so now, just like that. That's why we have this cutout here, so this cable can live there without being pinched or cut into, because remember, this has to go back on top, right? And if we didn't cut this out, this is a sharp, edge. Let me clean this. Let me clean this real quick before we get too deep. Oh, yeah, deep. Too deep into that. Come on. Okay, little spritz of alcohol there. Sorry guys, give me just a second here. Just wanted to get this all straightened up. Okay. Good enough? Good enough. Right, so now let's position this because this has to live on two little capacitors that you guys probably can't even see right now. You should be able to see that. So everything here lines up just fine. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lock this in very simply. We'll grab just a little bit of flux here. Okay. We'll introduce our iron in here. Move this out of the way. Okay, looks like we might have came out just a little bit. Let's see if we can. That's okay. So that's pretty good alignment there. Let's bring it down just. So now I'm going to hold a finger right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up this tip. I'm going to load this tip up like so. Very generously. You see that? We're going to do a contacting technique where we just come right in here, and I'm going to hold this right where I want it, which is about right there. That looks pretty good and plumb to me, and I'm just going to watch this make contact. 1, 2, 3, let go. Now we're locked in. I don't have to worry about things moving and shifting and rotating around. Okay. So I'm going to come right in here. Now we'll clean this up here a little bit. I'm going to clean my tip off. I'm going to just clean this. It's pretty good. Pull on to the side here, so I like to float that. That's much nicer. Okay, so now we've got that nice and floated in there. Good and strong. Okay, so now all we're going to do, I'm going to very carefully flux each side of this. Or you can just flux over the whole unit. It really doesn't make any difference. Now I'm going to clean my tip very thoroughly because I do want to control the amount of solder that we disperse. I'm going to come right into here, and I'm just going to put my solder on the side, just like this. Now watch very carefully. I'm going to come right in here with the tip, 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 and watch applying that solder, coming off of it just like that. Just like that. Okay, same thing on the other side, but we're going to move all the way over here. Okay, watch carefully. Come right in here, apply that solder. Perfect. Okay. Clean my tip very thoroughly. Come to the right side. Now with a clean tip, I've got excess on that solder joint here. If I've got excess, I got a clean tip. Watch, I'm just going to come right into here. Steady hand, steady hand. Just like that. Just like that. Beautifully done. Now, so we can actually see our work, I'll spritz this with just a little bit of Flex Cleaner. I'll come in here with a brush. And we'll check out our work. Now that is very good. Tom, that's definitely wetted. Connect. That's really what it is. That's all this is. Oh, yeah. Oh. So, that's it. And don't be afraid. Look, if you want to go over this again, that's okay. Just take a little bit of, take a little bit. We'll do it again. Just submerge those babies. Come right in here. Watch what you're doing. Watch where your tip is. Rotate your tip into position. See, watch my hand. See, I'm not moving. Look, I'm not moving my hand. I am rotating the tip to get exactly where I want it to go. Look. See that? That's all that we're doing. It's really about rotation. It's 90% rotation. Okay, look at this. That's it. It's just rotation. Oops. We'll clean that off. Okay. Clean the die here. And that's it. Okay, so any questions about that? Any questions? And if you want to check these, you can. It's very easy to. Now, these have such low resistance across them that they effectively, well, you guys can't see this, but if you buzz them, watch. Can you hear this? Can you hear my meter? I don't. Can you hear the beeping? If you buzz across, then they'll short. Good. Good. Can you guys hear the meter going off? I'd like to adjust that so you can. So that takes care of that. So this part's all done. We can repaste this and we can put this back together. I will get out the crap paste that I can't stand. It's fine. It's just brother. It's just difficult to work with. Like Bob. That's why I'm So what we're going to do is we're just going to take that paste. Plop some right on top of that die. Quite frankly, we don't care if this really goes on. Okay, so you couldn't hear that. Well, that's okay. But I will clean this off just a bit, so I'll remove a little bit of this excess. I don't want to throw this stuff away. I just want to use it so it goes away. There. I am perfectly happy with all that nasty crap. Let's see. We go around it real quick. Okay, that I'm okay with. Let's go ahead and clamp the Unitarian Church back into position. Okay, so here we go with this. Okay, plant back in. Oh, I hate this paste. I absolutely hate it. But it's, you know, it has good thermal conductivity and it doesn't dry out. I've just had it for a few years. It's time to get rid of it. Okay, so I'm going to remove this little unit right here. Just like that. And our ship is going to live just like this, really. Now, let's see. We need to get this going. Let's flip this around. Let's come right in here. Ooh, okay. Now we're getting pretty close. I feel like this is a pretty good angle. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tin some of these errors. that need tinning. Just so that we have some solder on the board. Okay. I have to look. Yeah. Okay. Now, I don't need to tell you how small these areas are that we're working with. Clean my tip here a little bit. We're getting a little oxidized. Good. Clean that off a bit. Just with a nice, good. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. All right. Come right here. Oh, I'm not using a microscope. This is just a camera. Literally. Okay. Wait. I think there's one more here. I think we got to do... Whoa, we got B right here. Well, clean off my iron. Now let me come in this way. Come on, hey. Oh, it's because it's not on the belly of my tip. Try that. Bet you'll take now, won't you? That's what I'm talking about. Great job. All right, so I think we're ready to put in our cable. Right here is most of the job. Get back this out just a bit. Okay, 1 second. Let me pull up. Now we're going to try this again. We're going to try this flex cable one more time. Yeah. Let me see. I think that's right. One, two, three. C doesn't seem like it's there. Okay. And B is right here on top of that. I think so. I think that's all right. Yeah, this cable's terrible. Does anyone have a pinout for this? I just want to make sure. Because it lines up so poorly. Like, is my pinout here correct? Let me pull that up. Good lord. I'm just checking everything over. See that? I think I did that. I think that's the problem. Yeah, I think... Yeah. Okay. Okay, yep. That's my mistake. I made a mistake. Let me turn it this way. First of all, so we can work on this thing. Let's pull this out. Pull that out. Pull that in. Okay. Now let's drop down on this. Okay. I can't believe they sell this piece of shit. Honestly, this is horrible. I mean, we can drop it in here. Now look at the distance. So these two tinted areas here. Ugh. Oh, like you're talking like a lot of distance has to be covered here. Whoa. I mean, that's incredibly bad. Well, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to B. This is B. Okay, I'll worry about B now. I really want to try to make this work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right over here. God, but look at this. This is horrifying. Look how much space there is. I mean, god damn. That's incredible. Like between A and D, okay, so effectively what I really see is not a concern. What's interesting is A and D, there's like substantial amounts of space here. I mean, you're really going to have to bridge that hard over. I mean, that's pretty much as good as the alignment's ever going to get. Right there. And what I'm inclined to do is take just a bit of flux here, take a tip. I have to hold it with one hand, so my right hand can't move. This is so unorthodox. I'm going to clean off this tip, and I'm going to load up. Oh, guys, this is really interesting. But that's as good as it's ever going to get. And I'm going to come right in here into A. Not even close. Not even close. No, that's not even bridging off. Ugh. Maybe if I could rotate my hand this way. Let's stay in position, maybe. So I'm going to flood this with solder right now. I mean, I don't know how you can sell this thing. Look at D. Look at the space between. Look at this space. Oh my god! Like, well, let's see if we can't work this in. Okay, so there's something. Let's go ahead and lock C in if we can. You're not even wedding to the fucking...
If you paid me 1/100th of the interest on your goddamn money, I could feed my people.
Yeah, we've already done that. That's... I mean, we did that last time. We're challenging ourselves right now. That's the point of this exercise. Ah, God, okay. Well, here you go. Welcome to America. Now, D, I'm going to have to somehow elevate up. All right, let's try to float out A. What a piece of shit! I thought we had it. Oh my god, it's just... Oh my god, this is honestly, this is really kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually having a good time. Oh my goodness. I just want to get a reasonable coverage. There's... Okay, no, right there, alright, no, right there, no. Oh my god, this is so ridiculous. We try to eyeball this thing. God, so off. Look at the distance. Look at the distance between between D point and D pad. Incredible. I can't believe they sell this. I am absolutely... Let me clean this because I can't see anything now. I can't believe they sell this thing, to be perfectly honest. Like, this is really unsettling to me. We cleaned that pretty well, I think. I mean, oh God. What an embarrassment. But this is fun. Like, I genuinely am enjoying myself. If I could just lock that in. Right in there. Anything that time? Kinda, sorta locked in? Not really, but we're gonna go with it. Guys, like, I know you probably weren't here last time, but I'll say it again. Like, we enameled wired this. We did this already. We already did that. That's not the point. Yes, I know I can wire it by hand. We did that. We're doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because it's an outrageous flex cable and I'm just having a good time. It's just we did that. Let's see if we can go for A. Kinda, sorta. Alright. As long as we can get one kind of side locked in here, we're not doing bad. We just gotta get something locked in. Let me try to jump back up in there on here to C. No, that's way too much. Come on, just the first points. Just the first. There you go. That's it. Now that's locked in, I think. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's try to get A. Ah, Lord. Poor D. Look at the distance we got to cover for D. And they really want you to blob this on, don't they? Like, no regrets. Let's clean this off and see what we got. This is so much fun. Okay, so C's good. A is good, I think. Wait, is that? No, A is not good. Oh, Lord, this is so much fun. Because I don't want to. I am doing it the way they want. I am doing it the way they want their customers to do it. And that's the fun of this. It's so hard to clear. Those points are so small. I mean, oh God. We'll come back to you. It's so awful. Oh my God, this is so awful. I can't, but this is just amazing they sell this. Thank you, Mitchell. I know how to solder. It's so fun. I want to know. I wonder if there's like. I wonder if there are threads out there where people have tried and tried and tried. I mean, really, the only thing that you can do, first of all, a few things you can do. First, clean this up. But the only thing that you could really do is introduce a piece of wire. I mean, the alignment here, there's no moving this around. It doesn't get any better than this. Now, I think we've got C locked in here, sort of. That distance so that D has to cover is just outrageous. Like this stuff at the top, like I can make A work pretty easily. Right, honestly, we're just playing around. But, you know, A is nuts. Matter of fact, let me see this. Let's clean this up. What you would want to do is you would want to not promote good wetting. You don't want flux on this. What you want is oxidation so that you'll have a bridge, because what you're wanting to do here ultimately is you want to create a bridge. So flux is really what you want, is some of the oxidized, nastiest solder that you've got. What I'm going to do though too is cut some of this off. Now I have taken and I've cleaned the site. Let's come in here. It's just too small. It's just too small. The only thing that I can recommend is just taking, we'll use some 34 AUG, taking some enameled wire, stripping that down, like this, and coming in here and just creating bridges. Just creating bridges. Because otherwise you're just going to be, you're going to burn up your flex, number one. And number two, you're just going to be playing this game all night long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to run a flex. Not a run a flex, I'm going to run some some 34 AUG magnet wire. Just like that. Where's my, oh, God, what did I do? Where is my... What was the last thing I opened? Did I just open something with it? What the hell did I open? Just a second. Did I? I'm trying to remember. I used my little knife opener. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm looking for my little dull Sharpie. Or not my dull Sharpie, my dull X-Acto knife to cut this. My God, give me just a second. Where the hell did I put that? I opened something. I cut something. Was it Bob's mom? Okay, that's fine. I'll just use a little flathead kit. Oh, we have something. This will just. Come on. Okay. Absolutely outrageous, though. I mean, this is insanity. Fun, though. It is fun. I mean, I am having a fun time. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fun. I mean, but the flex cable is just outrageous. Like, this is just a crime against humanity as far as I'm concerned. Look at the distance we have to cover with this conductor. This is just... I would be so ashamed. Ugh. That's just gross. Like, what the heck? We all thinking? Selling this junk. Like, ugh. Ugh, brother, ugh. Let's clean that up. I mean, Lord. I mean, ugh, good Lord, it's just horrifying. Okay, so we've got B down here, which I think B looks pretty straightforward, like right there. We're right on it. B's not an issue. So B is very simple. Right there. Either those two little points are fine for B. Oh, God. Horrible angle. I want to clean that up. That's not a finished joint. I just want to get... man, I hate it when they design stuff like this. I don't know who... You know, I could... You give me 20 minutes. We'll have a... I can make a better... I can make a better flex cable. I can route this thing out in about 20 minutes. Like, it's the fact that this is such a simple thing to do, and they showed absolutely no interest in doing it correctly. I want to flood that with just a little bit of flex. I mean, that's what's so damning, as far as I'm concerned. It's such a shit design. Like, this whole layout is just horrible. I mean, it truly is. It's just awful. I feel like there's... We okay there? I think we're okay. I'd like to advance this up just a bit, because I feel like there's some... That's what I want. That's better. Okay. I don't care if it's away from that. I don't care. Right. Okay. Let's clean that up. And I don't give a shit about these grounds either, because we were grounded off the glitch chip. Ooh, brother, ooh. Or off the interposer here that goes to the CPU. Let's clean this up. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, the only thing left, if I remember correctly, is we bend this over. Oh, I've got to take... Yeah, so... Got to take the audio and cartridge slot out temporarily here. This thing's a piece of shit. I'm just going to say, like, I can't believe that people... Well, I can believe that people are selling these. Give me just a second, guys. We're going to pop the cartridge slot off so we can finish this flex installation. But last stream, the last switch we did a couple of days ago, we used the same kit, and it's not like I went out and bought another one. I just bought a couple of them, so I had a few, and we tried the flex cable, and I just said, "Fuck that," and we just wired the mod chip up because it was done so horribly, like embarrassingly bad. I would be embarrassed if I sold anything like that. Of course, you know, AliExpress sellers and, you know, Chinese cloners, they have no qualms or moral quandary about shipping junk. That's kind of like what they do. Nonetheless, I would be mortified. Okay, so I think this is a matter of bringing this over like this. I think it lives like this right here.
If you paid me 1/100th of the interest on your goddamn money, I could feed my people.
Yep, fix the shoulder button. I showed that off earlier. We took a look at it and had some fun showing off the... let me make sure this is accurate. Showing off the smoked shell. Really cool. Let's see. Yep, okay. I understand how this works. Just fix this up here. Now, this is the thing that always gets me. Like, it lives like this. Well, it must. Okay. This is another one of those situations where this is so outrageous, right? But let me show you. So, the top of this cap, this 0201 cap, hold on. Let me get this in frame. Let me get everything. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, see this nice 3-volt pad right here? That lives on top of this cap right here. Just like this. Look at this. Look at this tiny little cap. This is amazing. This is where they pull their 3-volt supply from. Something along the lines of this. Oh my god. Well, okay. That has to line up. All these other larger areas with with more surface area, we can finagle those. But that little 0201 site, we have to get good alignment there. So that takes precedence in our alignment. Oh god, this is so horrible. Like, look at the alignment of even these large breakout test pads. Look at the terrible alignment. Like right here. Like this is brother. Like, my god. This is incredible. Look, don't blame me. I didn't make the thing. I'm just installing. Look at this tiny little cap. Tiny little. This is the 3-volt delivery. Oh my god. Oh no, little Billy. No, I wanna douse these here a little bit with some nice floods, just to make sure we're in good shape. Because I don't know, that just looks horrible. Oh my god in heaven. Okay, so that is the installation. I got these little ground clips here on the oh god. Oh my goodness. Just can't stand this. I'd rather whack off to pictures of dogs. God, I'm sounding more like Bob every day. I'm just going to stuff one of these. Can I do it so you guys can see? Let's see. Quit sliding.
If you paid me 1/100th of the interest on your goddamn money, I could feed my people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What is your most least favorite console mod? My favorite console mod changes. It really does. And I'm only doing one of those. My favorite console mod changes. Let me just take a moment here, okay? Eat one of these delicious meals. Oh, yeah. Ugh. My favorite console mod changes. It depends on... I guess it depends on the mood I'm in. I really like doing... Let me think about that. Taking a little break. We're not welding. We're soldering. My favorite console mod and my least favorite console. I've always had a soft spot for the NES RGB kit. For sure. I've always had a loathing for anything portable handheld. PSP, Nintendo 3DS, taking those things apart is a diabolical nightmare. And I think my favorite, though, yeah. The bloody screen, do you consider any of the currently available HDMIs for the PSX? No, I don't. I think that what you need is you need a high-quality RGB or component cable, and you need a good video processor. I bet you all the money in the bank if you were sitting 3 to 6 feet away from your screen, or you're even sitting at your computer monitor, and you were playing the PlayStation 1 over analog, you would never be able to discern any real meaningful differences between that and the digital lossless cell. The DAC is extraordinarily good on the Sony PS1. The Xbox, I do recommend a digital mod because the analog output has a lot of problems. Okay. And who else has problems? Bob Newman. Obesity, diabetes, horse fetishes, alcohol, drugs, you name it. Okay. I'm just telling you, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, so here we have it, guys. Let's... Whoops. That should be all of the solderings. Now let's try putting it in real time. I would certainly much rather wire this up manually, which fortunately they give you the breakout pins to do that, than ever do one of these using this flex cable. I mean, it's absolutely horrendous. I am I'm offended by how terrible it really is, to be perfectly honest. It is that bad. It is just horrifyingly bad. I mean, I am I am not a Switch guy. I don't do these. I've done a few of them, but I don't do a lot of them. I haven't done a lot of them. And I can tell you that I would feel so sorry for anybody who bought one of these thinking, oh man, this is a really nice setup. Bull butter, little Billy. Okay. Well, let's see if it glitches, okay? So let's go ahead and re-energize my pins. Okay, so we're going to press the power button. Oh, let's back this way up. Oh, no, not getting into any of that stuff. That's a no-no. No, would never offer nor sell or anything like that. Let's back this way out. All right, well, let's turn this on, see if we can get a glitch. Okay, I think it's training. Training, and we've trained, and boom goes the dynamite. Boom goes the dynamite. That's modded. So, we're in good shape. Pico Fly is installed. and we're glitching. Now that it's trained, the boot times should be much faster. So we get a blue light when it's glitching, and we get a, I think, a pinkish light in this version when it's glitched. Blue light, pink light, boom, it's glitched. Good to go. So, this flex cable. Absolute garbage horse shit, I have to tell you. Horrible. I would recommend at least using a reputable seller. The chip is fine. There's nothing wrong with this chip whatsoever. It's everything to the right of this connector is the problem. That is the issue. This is the issue. This is fine. But fortunately, see, you have these breakout pads here. Wire it manually if you're going to buy one of these. Mind you, I only paid like $6, I think like $5 for this chip, to be perfectly honest. So it's not like expensive. But like, if the difference was like $5 and $12 to get one with a decent flex cable, yeah, I'd buy it. Oh Jesus, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. Absolutely. This flex cable is a total POS. The horse shit does have Bob's DNA in it, and I think it's for reasons that you and I both know. Okay. Yeah, yes, Stefan, hey, the translucent, Stephen, however you say it. The translucent one that's brown or gold is great because you can see exactly what's underneath it to make sure you're not hitting any adjacent pads or vias. So if you're going to wire this manually, I would absolutely take this connector off. That way you don't have this obstruction here and you have access to all of these pads. So I would absolutely remove the right-handed connector here, the right-hand connector. Because there's no point keeping it, and it's only going to give you more room to work in. Other than that, it's not a terribly bad installation. Everything here is pretty straightforward. No real issues. I highly encourage you to do some research. Do not get one of those crap flex cables unless you have no problems wiring it manually. But otherwise, not a bad job. Not a bad job. Pretty easy to do. It's not that big of a deal. You need to have serious soldering skills, though, at least. You don't want to be a noob doing this. There's some very small stuff that's extraordinarily fragile. And,
yeah, well, how long it take you motherfuckers to cut a check?
Thank you, Macho. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be healthy, and I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, and thank you very much for your support. It's much appreciated. Thank you. But, don't do this unless you've got a few hours. Be careful. But I don't need to put this back together on stream. You guys, it's all really self-explanatory. The point is we have pressed that power button again. Watch, boom. It's trying to glitch. Sometimes you get long boot time. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Glitches. Boom. So, we're in good... Whoops. We are, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. Not a bad mod. Not a difficult mod. Certainly controversial in the sense that there are risks associated with this. I don't offer this. I don't do this. I don't pirate. I don't do any of that. It's just, you know, we are just having fun installing something on a personal level. Can this be used to recover a switch with a bad flash chip? I don't know if you could do this to dump your bad NAND with the idea of maybe hopefully reconstituting it or rebuilding it. I'm not really a switch expert. I am a total switch noob. Thank you, Gizmo. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your support. I feel good. I feel good. I look good. I am. Oh, God. Oh. But, who here, has anyone here, installed a switch chip? Oh, Ronan, I can't answer that. I don't condone these services. So this is just personal, entertainment, reasons. I don't, have any sort of commercial, guidance. But, like, so is this anything like PlayStation 2 mod chip install in terms of difficulty? Hell no. This is about 1,000 times easier if you want to do it right, like a real man or woman. We're all inclusive here. This is 2026, and we have to be careful what we say. RG2Go. I know. I was there. Anyhow, we had a good time. Had a good little stream here. Had a great time, guys. I think we're going to call it, though. I do have some commitments to honor tonight with Stefan Kulov of HD Rectal Vision. And with a little woman named Safanda Cox. I use a switch 2v2, so I'm screwed. I need to learn how to solder. And, well, beginner kit, here I come. Well, good for you, Ronan. And you're going to learn how to solder, and you're going to be a champion. Yeah, I would recommend this to anyone who has some skill soldering. Like, really, it's not that big of a deal. There are some challenging things that require a little finesse here, as you saw. Now, certainly, if you get one with a good flex cable, the job's pretty much done for you. But if you get one with a bad flex cable that's very poorly dimensioned, this is probably the most poorly dimensioned flex cable of any product that I've ever seen in my life that's sold in volume. Like, this thing is manufactured in, large volumes, and they still produce this flex cable. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks so much, brother. Take care. Hades MCC, take care of yourself. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I had a good time. Thank you for hanging out, and I hope you learned something, or at the very least, enjoyed this fun exercise of using a really shitty flex cable and making it work. Well, we did just that. We're learning, we're enjoying ourselves, we're growing, both, in our minds and in our pants, at least I am, and we're having a great time doing it. Did I just say that out loud? Did I say that out loud? Shh. I did, didn't I? Okay, guys, take care. We'll do this again very soon. I'm back. I'm feeling good. Got to get back on the SNES Edge Enhancer backlog. I'm just taking a break every night from doing those to just do something else so that my mind can sort of reset and I can stay fresh. Thanks for being here. I'm very appreciative of everybody who participates, and I'm glad that we all had a fun time. And I'm back, baby. I'm back, and I've got a beard, and I've got glasses, and I'm sexy. I'm not going to lie. Somebody clip this. I'm sexy. I'm a sexy man. Okay? Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good Sunday evening. Take care. I'll see you later.